As well as 8 sort of normal goals this quarter, I have also set myself 4 daily and 4 weekly goals. And in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my weekly goals. So these are all essentially just an action I want to do every single week for the quarter for 13 weeks. But before we get too far into that, let's have a little look at what I'm doing while I chat goals with you. So I am memory keeping the week of the 19th of May 2026 in my A5 wide, aka 7x9 Tilly journals, which is my shop planner in the 1 column vertical weekly. And I have the no dot grid version. I am using a mystery kit from Plannerface that was called Botanical Garden. And this is an absolutely gorgeous mystery kit, and I absolutely loved the little pram box in it, which I put up in the right top corner. By the way, I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10% when you are shopping there, which means I get a discount for promoting for her, but I do pay full price for the mystery kit, and yeah, but I PR for Plannerface because I absolutely love her stuff genuinely, rather than because I get free stuff, but it is a big added bonus that I do get some free stuff. As well as that, I do also have 3 pages of a Plannerface foil bundle that came in the Advent this year, which is this butterfly theme, as well as some underlays from Scribble Prints Co., which came in one of her very old Advents. Other things that I have is I also have my scripts and icons pulled out in my Plannerface reusable sticker album, as well as a little sheet of scripts that I've made myself so that I don't have to do any writing in my planner. So that is what we are working with and things like that. So let's now just have a little run through what happened this week. So the highlight of this week was family time. We did go across to Manchester to see my husband's mum and dad and brother at the weekend, and also just have some nice family time with my family at different points. In terms of books I finished this week, I was listening to Angus Orbert's Mystical Cat Shelter as part of the Goober Readathon, which I gave 4 stars to, and I also read a NetGalley arc called Secure, which I gave 1 star to. So as you can tell, I do not recommend Secure in any way, shape or form. The only thing I really got from it was that I wanted to be better at replying to messages from my friends, and I kind of already knew that, so kind of not really relevant anyway. But oh well. Moving on to the actual week, on Monday we'd had a rough night with my little girl. She's not the best sleeper, and she has been going through some different bad sleep patterns, and yeah, this was one of those nights. Then when I got up, I did some feeding of her and played Dreamlight Valley before heading to Boffy's, which is a play cafe in the town that I live, and we went there with 2 of my friends and their babies. So I went with Nicola and Penny and Gemma and Florence, which was really lovely. So there were 3 girls. On the way back, I did go to Aldi and do some grocery shopping. When I came home, I did a bit of a voiceover and had some play with my daughter before doing some work in my bestie journal. And then Bayla absolutely would not settle, and she was teething quite badly at this point, so she was biting me, which was very uncomfortable. So that is how my day ended, with being bitten and not settling. She properly chomps down when she bites. I think she's trying to get her gums together where they're sore, but because she's got teeth as well as gums, she can't get her gums together because they're, further away. But it means that she proper chomps down, and it's very uncomfortable. On to Tuesday, had a bit of a lie-in because, as I've said, nights are not great at the moment, or weren't at this point. We're going through another rough patch, to be honest, at the time I'm recording this, which is lovely. But yeah, I had a line and then played some Dreamlight Valley and did some feeding. I'm loving matching the colour of the villain or hero in some of these to the day of the week. So having Hades there is just amusing to me. So then we went to Baby Sensory, which was a baby class, and it was our very last one. I absolutely miss it. I actually know the woman who runs them, and she's absolutely lovely. So yeah, I was quite sad it was our last one. Then when I came home, I was trying to take a bit more leisure time, so I did some diamond painting before having some play with my daughter, filming a plan with me, and again doing some of our bestie journals. I absolutely love our bestie journals. They're one of my favourite things in life, honestly. But yeah, on to Wednesday, we'd had another rough night with my little girl, and I had a lie-in, and then it was very, very much dissociating for half the day. And then played some Dreamlight Valley. After that, it was bath time for my little girl, which means I'd done nothing pretty much while she was at nursery, because she does go to nursery on a Wednesday. But yeah, clearly didn't do much with her because we had a bath after that. I then recorded a voiceover and did some of my reading journal. I think I was like prepping it or maybe filling in like the text bits, because I don't generally do that on camera because it's such a long video anyway, quite a lot of the time, so you don't need to see that. And then finished the day with some cuddles and milk. Wednesday and Thursday I was at work. At work I was listening to an audiobook, or on my way home I was listening to an audiobook. Then had some playtime and did stories and milk with my little girl, and when she was all asleep and down, I did some of my reading journal. On Friday, I went to work and then did some listening to my audiobook again. But after that, I got glam because we were going for a mum's big night out. So I got glam and went for pre-drinks at my neighbour's house, Chloe, who has a little boy who's about 4 or 5 months younger than Baylor. I can never remember. He's beginning of September basically, and she's beginning of April. So 4 months nearly exactly. No, 5 months nearly exactly. Then it was very funny, good big nights out. So I've marked that we were laughing a lot, that we were dancing the night away, that I was nice and pleasantly tipsy. We got on Macca's and we didn't get home till 2 a.m, which is very late for me. I'm not like a go out person. And then Baylor, bless her, was awake for an hour-long feed at 5 a.m, and I was just there like, I need to go back to sleep, please, Baylor. And then I had a blood test, I believe. Yeah, I did. And then had my morning routine, so just sort of like getting ready and stuff like that, playing a bit of Dreamlight Valley. Had a nap after that, and then did some of my reading journal and had some play with my daughter. I didn't really feel hungover at all after this night out, but I did just feel absolutely knackered. So on the Sunday, I did lie in. Then I played some Dreamlight Valley before we headed off to Manchester, where we had lots of family time. But Baylor was quite unsettled, so she had quite a long nap there, which was like unusually long for her. Like, she napped for over 2 hours, which just is so unheard of. But when she was awake as well, she just wanted to be with me or Soshin, which I don't, and preferably me really, like wasn't even particularly happy with Soch, which is very unusual. But we did some nice chatting, and it was actually a really nice day with my husband's family, which is all I'm going to say about that. And then on the way home, I did some reading, and that is my week. So it's time to get into the goals, the 4 weekly goals that I've set. And I'm just going to be talking a little bit about these and sort of when, we're going to try and do them and how I am approaching these. So I have set 4 weekly goals as well as 4 daily goals. I went over my daily goals in my last plan with me. So if you wanted to see that, I will link it up in the cards. I do need to make a note of this time. And yeah, so my 4 weekly goals. The first one is to have a weekly date with my husband. So we were really good at having weekly dates and having lots of intentional fun time and playing together and doing things together before we had a little girl. But since we've had Baylor, it's been a lot harder to take that time for just us, especially as I've gone back to work and things got a bit busier and stuff like that. And we feel like we need some time that is dedicated to us and our relationship. So I really want to, focus on that, because he is like my whole world. Like, him and Baylor are my entire world. My main worries about, well, all of these goals really, is that I would just put them off and just like move them when they were scheduled. How I'm trying to tackle this is to treat my schedule as fixed. So when we have our weekly check-in on a Sunday, we go, when are we going to do date night? And for example, this week we're going to do Wednesday evening. That is not moving. So we pick Baylor up at 6 o'clock on our Wednesday. Once we pick Baylor up at about 6 o'clock, when we get home, that is just date time. Yes, I might have to feed Baylor a little bit. To be fair, we're going to have a pretty chill date night. We've just finished listening to the audiobook, The Martian, and we've just finished it. So we're going to watch the film. So we're going to probably build a little snug, have lots of cuddles, and watch The Martian, which will be really lovely. So yeah, I'm going to try and treat the schedule as fixed. My next goal is that I want to have a weekly family day out or outing. Again, I want to prioritize time with my husband and my daughter. I am very good at filling all of my time with productive things and not doing the things that matter to me and I enjoy, because I just put them off because they don't have a deadline and they don't have to be done. But actually making sure that we enjoy the time we have Bayla for. Like, she's already 15 months. So she's 15 months on the day I'm recording this voiceover, which is the day before you're seeing it. And I can't believe we've had 15 months of her. Like, how is time going this fast? It's just ridiculous to me. And I don't want to miss out on time with her and making memories with her. Yes, she might not remember every single day out we go on, but she will remember that feeling of having family time and knowing that she was safe and loved and that we did things and things like that. And I just really want to build that into her childhood. So this is something I want to, both of these two goals are something I want to keep going basically forever, because I don't want to ever not be making memories with our daughter. And one of my other worries is that I will get overwhelmed with my other stuff and that I won't prioritize them. So my goal is just to try and remember that, and that I've set these goals because they matter to me and that I need to prioritize them as much as I'm going to prioritize. For example, one of my other goals is revamping my shop. I need to prioritize these as much as prioritizing revamping my shop, because these are equally important, if not more so. Because actually, if I had to list like the 5 most important things in my life, Soshin and Bayla would be up there. The next goal is to do 50 questions prepping for one of the exams I have to do as a GP trainee called the AKT. And this sort of has two like hopeful outcomes. One is that I will just improve my knowledge and become a better trainee for it. And one is to start sort of low-key prepping for the exam. I don't know when I'm going to take this exam. So I have been back at work for roughly 5 months now, I want to say. Yeah, 5 months now. Maybe like 4.5, 5 months. And I am starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, but I'm still really struggling with it. And I know some of that is my lack of knowledge. And whilst I look things up to do with certain patients and things like that, I do also just want to be expanding my knowledge in general and becoming a better clinician. But also, I do have to sit this exam at some point. My sort of training years are 2 years long because I'm less than full time at 50%. So having been back 5 months, I've got sort of 19 more months until I should ideally have sat this exam. The ideal is that you sit this exam in ST2, which is what I'm in now, and that you sit the sort of practical exam in ST3, which is what I'll be in 19 months. Hopefully, all going according to plan, unless I take another maternity leave, of course. But anyway, I want to start soft revising for the exam, and this is how I'm sort of easing myself into it. By doing 50 questions, I don't just mean sitting there and answering the 50 questions and not paying any attention to whether I got them right, wrong, and what the correct answers were and things. The website I use has an absolutely amazing textbook. So underneath the questions, it explains why the answer is what the answer is. But then at the bottom, it also has a page about that topic in general. So there's plenty to read. So actually what I want to be doing is I want to be answering that question. If I was confident about the answer and it's correct, fine. I don't need to do loads of reading. But if I'm not, I want to read why the answer was correct or incorrect, and also read anything around the bottom that that feels relevant, because I generally learn best by, getting things right and wrong and understanding why I got it right and wrong. And then I also like to make a note of the prime bit of information. So I don't know, if it was a question about blood pressure tablets, if I'd said, I don't know, that you added spironolactone rather than an alpha blocker, which I know this means nothing to you, but I'd want to write in which circumstances that you prescribe an alpha blocker and which circumstances you prescribe spironolactone. Anyhow, moving on to my last goal, because we only have a few minutes left. Oh, sorry. I want to be better at my job is the main why behind this goal. Is that genuinely I do want to do a better job at work. I want to be better for my patients. I want to be better for me. And at some point, I do want to sit my exam and become fully qualified, which I need this exam for. So yeah. And my last goal is to take a 4-hour leisure block every week. This is basically because I struggle to take like odd little bits of leisure. I've kind of built into it a little bit better because when I'm feeding our daughter after sort of first thing in the morning or after 5 o'clock, I generally do something fun whilst I'm feeding her. So quite often at her lunchtime feed, I do my daily apps, which is like Duolingo. We have a like question we answer, me and my husband, every day. I do something called Spark, which is it's a knowledge quiz based thing because I'm trying to increase my general knowledge. And also I do some Sudokus. So I always do those while doing the lunchtime feed. And then any feeds after that, I then play Dreamlight Valley. So I have brought some like daily leisure in, but I also want to be bringing some intentional, regular, bigger blocks of leisure. So I'm basically trying to take half a day, but sort of morning, afternoon, evening as just leisure time. And generally the way I do this best is that I like to sort of stop for the rest of the day. So I did this on Saturday this week. That's just been, and I got some things done. And then about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I think it was 3 o'clock. I said, the rest of the day is just stuff that I want to do. And it was so lovely and it was so needed. And my problem with this is that I don't feel like I prioritize leisure because I just don't think it matters, which sounds stupid because I do know it matters. But I get into that sort of mindset that, oh, this doesn't matter, you need to do something productive. And I want to prioritize having fun in my life. So yeah, leisure is a way to do that. My other main hurdle to this is not knowing what to do with my leisure time. And so what I did this week is I made a list of 4 or 5 things that I would quite like to do and decided just to pick from that shorter list so that I didn't have decision fatigue trying to work out what I wanted to do. And my why for this is because I'm important and self-care matters and that life is really for enjoying. So yeah, that is my 4 weekly goals. Let me know what you think. These are usually sort of action steps in other people's goals, but I've set them as goals in their own right. I'm showing you my leftovers now, and then on the screen, YouTube will be recommending all of my plan with me's in this planner and a video it thinks you will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!